USAA,
Yeah.
which is a really interesting example of structuring at least the dialogue into concrete life events. And they mapped, I don't know, hundreds of different life events. And it's not like they have them all out on their website, but they have, getting married. Okay, here's some things that you should think about. And they were mainly a company for members of the military. So they have a lot of military topics in there, but they also have a lot, buying a car. Here are the things that you should be thinking about. What's the right financial instrument? What's the right term? Well, what's the right car for you? We can even sell the car to you. They have like a concierge service and so on.
Absolutely. In fact, if you indicate you wanted a particular vehicle, then they will tell you whether that sort of model is available in a number of garages within a particular geography. They will help you do things. Banks are often not seen as helping you. The big challenge is getting through the processes. You talked about the sort of net promoter score aspect, which I'm a big supporter of, and I think there's value in it. But actually, a lot of it is about, to me, it's more about ease of use. How easy is it to use? So you can go into a bank or any other organization and have a great experience, but by God, it was difficult.
Yeah.
But because of the people, then, I'll stick with it. But it's that ease of use that's so important. And I think if you can start to measure how easy is it to achieve, and one of the biggest challenges with so many banking organizations is how good are you at overcoming the barriers that we the bank put in place to make it difficult for you to achieve things. We do not make it easy for you.
Yeah.
The best of the retailers, the best of the non-banks, make it easy. Amazon. It is easy to buy from Amazon. Why is it so successful? Because they've made it easy. And they try to learn from your purchase experiences to give you things that are relevant. Rather than in the bank, you walk into the bank and somebody stops you. The challenge is, can you get from the door to the teller and back out again without somebody stopping you to buy something? And it's whatever the flavor is of the month in terms of, we're targeted this month to sell this particular product. You just happen to be the person that's walking past, and I'll see whether or not I can throw my dart at the dartboard and see whether it hits.
Yeah. Do you remember we talked about customer success and the horrible horrible things that have happened with that? Where the original idea of customer success was, how do you help a customer to achieve their goals? So it's not just how do you get the auto loan, but let's help you through the entire car buying process and so on. A bank has gone through that probably hundreds of thousands of times. Where for this customer, it might be the first, second, third time that they buy a car, and they're scared, they maybe don't know everything and so on. And the whole idea of customer success was about how you guide the customer to the outcome rather than just getting the tool to use. But it just, in the banking industry, it's boiled down to a discussion of helping the customer to navigate our poor processes and our poor user interfaces and so on. And that's just sad.
It's not the loan that you're interested in, it's that car.
Exactly.
And it's interesting, a couple of examples. One is in Spain, CaixaBank, in a number of their branches, have got cars in the branch, the physical vehicles in the branch. So it gives you the opportunity, you're not buying that car, but if you're talking about cars, it's easier when you see the vehicle that's there.
Yeah.
The same is true that if you're buying a mobile phone in Spain, Samsung have got their locations inside CaixaBank branches. They sell more mobile phones in the bank branches than they do in any other environment. And therefore, it enables you to link with the digitization of your services as well. I think they're making it easy for somebody to buy, to me, is summarized by Alibaba in Hong Kong, or not in Hong Kong, in China. And they've done a deal with Ford, so that what you're able to do is you are able to decide you want to test a car before you buy it. So normally, certainly in a UK sense, you go out for a test drive with somebody from the organization itself, and you may go out for 10, 15 minutes with that person. That's not a long time to actually get a feel for whether that's the car you actually want to buy. So the deal that Alibaba have done with Ford enables you to have the car for 3 days. No cost if you're a valued customer. You don't even have to talk to people. It's all done electronically. It's in a place where you go to. The car is in a car park, which sort of comes down in front of you. You're given the car. use it to go to work, use it for the weekend with the family or whatever. Don't like it, take it back. Want to try another one, try another one. But it's about making the car buying process easier. And I think to myself, so where is the bank in that? Because somebody has to supply the finance. In this case, Alibaba. And if I had a choice as to where would I go to test and drive, try a car in that market, that's where I would go to, rather than you making it difficult for me to go somewhere to suit your agenda, your time, your hours of opening, rather than going there when it suits me, when I want to do it. So it's about the culture. It's about the culture that exists in organizations that differentiates one to another.
Well, and banks are very well, so I've two stories actually, but banks are very well positioned to be a trusted partner in this, because when I read an article years ago about the absolute most stressful part of buying a car is when they have to sit down to negotiate the price. And with the power of aggregating all of your auto loan customers in a bank, you could go out to dealers and say, listen, we will bring our customers to you only if you guarantee that they get the absolute lowest possible price on the market, and they'll never find a car cheaper than the price that you give to them through us. So a bank could negotiate that, where a person as an individual is never going to have that type of leverage on the organization. And then the bank can position as the trusted partner and orchestrate the entire event. My other thing that I wanted to say is that the evolution of business models from product centric to customer centric to relationship centric. There's a great relationship centric model, like example of car ownership. And it goes back to Elon Musk a number of years ago said that the one thing holding back new forms of ownership and in the auto industry are the financial instruments, because there's an auto loan for each car purchase. Cadillac went out and used a corporate credit line to buy an entire an entire kind of like fleet of Cadillacs in this business called Book, and they sell them on subscriptions. So you pay $1,500 a month. Everything's included, the insurance, the servicing, everything. If you don't want to use your car for 2 weeks because you're going to be on vacation, you tell them to come pick it up, and they'll even park it for you. So I mean, amazing. And it's $1,500 a month, and you can change cars 18 times a year. So if I have friends coming in and I need
you see, you're getting into the emotional part again. You want a fancy car on your drive outside that people can come in and say, man, he must be doing really well. Look at this quality vehicle he's got.
Yeah. And then maybe I get an Escalade to trek my friends around. And then during the week I get something a little more sporty to zip through the city or whatever. But I mean, it's amazing. And they did the pilot in New York, and I heard they were opening 3-4 more cities now, but I don't know where they are. But it must be successful if they're rolling it out. So.